Oh, yeah! Look at that! Holy! Hey everyone, Elliot here from the Retro Future, and welcome back to my second channel. I've got quite a lot of Game Boy shells in front of me. These have all been sent to me by Retro Modding. This video is not sponsored. The only money I might earn is if any of you click on the link in the description below and I earn a little bit of affiliate commission if you buy something. But this video is not sponsored. They haven't asked me to make this video. They've sent me these shells. I've had these for months and I've never showed them off because I'm pretty unorganized and I've never gotten around to it, but I figured it's a high time to show you them. They're really cool, and coincidentally, and I genuinely mean this coincidentally, I rang Oliver, the guy behind Retro Modding today, or just one of the guys. There's a big team of people, and they're releasing these very soon, and these are color changing shells. I don't know if these exist anywhere else or if anyone else is doing these, but I've never seen them. I've got a big bowl here full of some hot water, so we'll try them out in a second. But before we get into them, let's take a look at all of the shells that I've got. And at the end of this little showcase, I'm going to be building a DMG, a really stunning DMG, which I'm very excited about. And I think I'm going to give it away. And that is going to be hard for me to do because it's going to look absolutely gorgeous, but I think I'm going to give it away. So, this one is one that I've had for quite some time. This is a glittery silver one, and it's not one that I'm a massive fan of, but it's really just to kind of show how unique the retro modding shells are. Like, who else is doing that? It does look absolutely fantastic, but it's not really my kind of thing. Next up, we've got one from an Instagram artist, I think would probably be what she's called, Mizukat, and this is one that she did with retro modding. She's got some incredible artwork on her Instagram. It's all very sort of vapor wavy, I think that's the right way, but it's very minimalistic and pastel and all that kind of stuff, and it's really cool that they've done one with her. So yeah, that's one of them. Don't know if they're limited edition or not. This is another one that they've done. So this one's called Neon, and then that one's called Pastel. Two of my favourites, in fact we'll save those till last. These are the colour changing ones, and interestingly they've also got, and I didn't know that I had these until about 20 minutes ago when I took these out of the package, they've also got matching colour changing buttons. So these are shells that change colour in heat. We've got purple to pink and we've got purple to green. We've got a watermelon on a pink, sort of a pastel-y pink, and then you've got a sort of a pastel-y yellow, I suppose, with ice lollies on the top. And yeah, a small little bit of branding on the back, which I suppose you could slap a sticker over, but it's very tasteful branding. You know, it matches the red and the orange of the watermelon, and the red and the white and the blue of the lollipop. So very cool. And then finally, a regular DMG, an IPS screen, and some glass screen lens and some white components to go in this beautiful Game Boy that I'm going to be building in just a second. But before we do that, let's take a look at the color changing stuffs, because this is quite cool. Let me show you. So FYI, this is going to be released at the end of the week, I think, and there will be worldwide shipping available. What I'm going to do with this one is sit on it, and we'll take a look back at that in a few minutes. So let's have a look then at the purple to pink shell, which is really, really cool. Now, I don't know how easily these change colour. You don't want it to be too easy, but at the same time, you don't want it to be impossible, because otherwise, you know, if it's really, really, I don't know, high temperature, like threshold to get it to change colour, that's going to be pretty useless. But obviously, I'm not hot right now because I'm not, you know, playing a game or anything, but I don't know how easily it's going to change. It's definitely not changing by me just sort of squeezing it in the palm of my hand. Let's just dip it in the hot water and see if it changes quite easily with that. Oh, yeah! Look at that! Holy! I mean, I think that's quite an extreme example, but look at that. That was like magic. Look at the colour of pink. That is... What? That's not even real. That is incredible. Oh my goodness me. That is a really, really cool colour. Wow. That is very cool. It is seriously like magic. Look at that. But I don't know how easy that is to do. Like, how easily is it doing that? I don't know. It's one of those things I think you'd have to check over time. But look at how cool that is. I mean, you obviously wouldn't be able to stick your Game Boy in the water once it's all built up. But yeah, that is seriously cool. Right, let's check out the bum button and see how that's doing. What colour was that before? I think that's worked. I think it has worked. I think the colour it was before was that. So the bum button has actually slightly changed in colour. The bum button does work. It does show that your body can change and influence the colours of these shells. I just don't know how easy the threshold is. Maybe it would just take playing a game for, I don't know, half an hour or something. Let's get on to the DMG build. I'm very excited about this. I haven't done an IPS DMG in a little while, so I'm quite excited. I think from memory we're going to have to solder in the speaker, and I think that's it, so it's not going to be too much work. Okay, and we can lift that out. Absolutely lovely. Right, I'm going to go and get some isopropyl alcohol and we'll give it a clean. And we can give that a little move around and hopefully get that nice and clean. And that is that ready to go in. So what we're going to need to do now is take off the speaker from this Game Boy and solder it onto the IPS screen kit, which obviously is one thing that isn't included in these kits. So if you do buy one of these for yourself off of Retro Modding, be sure to pick up a speaker if you don't have one, or if you just want a brand new one, or yours might not work. And by the way, I forgot to mention, this screen is actually faulty, so I'm not just sacrificing a Game Boy. It had horizontal lines. Okay, so that is the speaker, stripped and ready to be soldered in. Let's open up the IPS kit. So this is the bracket that we're going to use to install the IPS screen. So we can shove the speaker through these two holes here. And then I just bend the wires on the other side so that they hold themselves in place. And then we take a little bit of solder and solder it on. So now we can start to build the Game Boy, which is very exciting. Okay, so let's take out our shell. Very excited by this shell. I think it's absolutely stunning, very unique, very summery. So these two little holes go here on these two screw covers, and that means we're going to need to snip this screw cover and that screw cover, and also I think this one sort of pin thing that sticks out for the power switch. Obviously using flush cutters is the best idea, or you can use a Dremel as well. But yeah, these flush cutters have done a really good job, and that is completely flush. We can take out this IPS screen and the ribbon cable and the little board. This is the video board. So we can plug that in to there, like so. Right, and then we take this whole bracket, and what's excellent about this bracket, and Retro Modding have actually made this themselves, is everything sort of clips into place. It's very nice. So let me show you. So you're going to need to slide the board through here like this, and then fold it round, and everything will clip adhesive free into place. That should all be it. Just make sure that that board is nice and flush with the back of the screen and not wobbling around, and yeah, I think that's it. So we can now peel off the screen protector like that and set the screen into place. Just make sure that this part that you snipped off is as flush as possible. Let's try and set that in. Okay, that feels all solid. Right, what I'm going to do before we get any dust or anything in, let's take the screen lens that we're going to be installing and stick that down. One thing we need to put in, the DMG bleed protector to stop light from bleeding. Perfect. Okay, in you go. Next up, I think, is us to put the buttons in. And the only thing I don't have is button contacts. I'm going to need to go and get some of those. But we can put in the custom made and molded retro modding start and select DMG button membrane in white. That was a mouthful. These also are printed by retro modding as well. These are the buttons. And they look absolutely perfect. So we can drop them in. You'll have to excuse the rain. On the main channel, I would stop recording and wait for the weather to get better, but we're on the second channel. We don't do that here. So let's now plug this in, which I think is the next thing to do. Yes, I think so. Let's plug that in. And that connects the video board to the custom-made motherboard for the buttons and everything. And we can fold the speaker around like that and get that into place. And then push the motherboard down. Oh my goodness me. That looks absolutely stunning. So now we can set this motherboard in here. Don't forget the power slider. Set everything down. There we go. Okay, and then we can close both the boards together. And wow, that just looks absolutely unbelievable. Oh look, we've got screws and everything in here. Okay, let's put these screws in the back and then we can test it. Okay, that is pretty much it. So we just need to whack the battery contacts in. Fortunately, these are all in really nice condition, so we can use the official ones. So I've whacked my EverDrive in the back and here we go. Boom, look at that. Stunning IPS screen. Now the only thing I haven't done is cut the little piece of the shell down slightly so that we can press that in and change the color palettes. Wait, no, that's this side. Okay, yeah, so I still need to do the same, but actually it's stuck on the yellow one, which is right. But scrolling that up and down changes the brightness and pressing it in changes the color palette, which I need to do, obviously. But let's play a little Game Boy game and see how well this thing works. Look at that screen, it's just stunning. You know, it would really finish it off, a yellow LED. But the red kind of looks cool because obviously there's red tips on each of the ice lollies or ice pops or whatever they're called. Oh my goodness me. This is absolutely stunning. Yes, it obviously works perfectly. Absolutely awesome. Well, I'm going to put this up on my Instagram the second this video is released, so it should be up right now already. Go enter if you haven't. I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. Retro modding, you guys do some very cool stuff. Thank you all for watching. I really hope you've all enjoyed. Check them out. Even if you don't buy anything, check them out. It's a cool website. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.